Hello, Luxies. Welcome back to the Luxury Life Show. Of course, right beside me, my partner in crime, Kat L. You all know her. If you don't, and if this is the first time you're watching this show, well, welcome. This is a weekly live stream show that both Kat and I host every single week. And so this week is on my channel. Next week will be on hers. We do that every single week. We just alternate. Okay, today's topic is our 10 least successful purchases of the year, but it's really not that bad. But before we get into there, last week we did last week was our anniversary, right? 1 year anniversary of the Luxury Live Show. So we did a surprise show. We had some giveaways, and we said that we're going to do that for 2 weeks in a row. So last week was on Kat's channel. This week will be on ours. And we have some slides for you. We have our winners as well. So let me just share our slideshow for you guys. So share screen. Okay. So like I said, 1 year anniversary of this Luxury Live Show. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
You guys so much. And like I said, today is part 2. So like I said last week, we have had two giveaways last week, and our partners for the giveaways last week was Ana Luisa and Samorga, and we have our winners.
Yes.
SL Chan and MK. So congratulations, guys. So SL Chan will get the giveaway from Ana Luisa, and I think Kat, you're gonna contact her, right? Him or her?
Yeah.
And then MK, I'm gonna be contacting you for you guys to choose your gift of choice. So with Samorga, you choose anything from their site. With Ana Luisa, same thing. Anyway, Kat will contact you, and then MK, I'll contact you as well. So
yeah, we'll have your email, so we'll just email everyone. We had about 180 entries on the Excel.
Yes,
it was like awesome.
It was super exciting, and thank you all so much for entering. But it doesn't stop there. We're gonna continue the celebration this week. So we're gonna continue the giveaways this week. And for this week, we have partnered with Maevery, right? Maevery, right? Okay. So sorry, Stella, if I didn't say it right. But Stella and Jody are the beautiful owners of Maevery. They are based in the UK, and they created their jewelry line. And I think, Kat, you're pretty familiar with their pieces. You have a few pieces from them that you bought yourself. Sure. And they have kindly sponsored one of the giveaways. So one of you will be able to win a £100 £100 voucher for something so you can choose whatever pieces from their site. So you will be able to win that. And as well, for everybody, you can also take a special discount that, I guess, with us partnering with them, it's 15% off of their entire site. So we'll link all of that down below for you guys. And then for the second giveaway, so for our second winner, of course, we have, again, our partner, Samorga. I've worked with Samorga since last year. They are amazing. I'm sure all of you probably know Samorga, because I'm sure you heard of them. They have lots of organizers, but of course, they've also expanded their collection into handbags. Now they have the felt handbags, which is amazing, and also accessories for your bags. So one of you lucky winner will also be able to choose any item from their site of your choosing. And of course, you can always just purchase things from their site using my code, and you get 20% off as well. So those are the 2 giveaways. And of course, we will do the same thing as last week. We'll be flashing this QR code that Kat created. We'll be flashing this QR code every 15 to 20 minutes. You can enter during the live, so during the 2-hour live. And even if you don't if you don't know how to enter it via this QR code, you can also just click on the link from the description box. So we'll have that link right now. It is live now, so you can enter there. And I just want to say that you don't have to enter so many times, because we do use a random pick a randomizer to pick winners, and it will always automatically eliminate duplicates. So you just have to enter once, and once you're entered, you're there. Don't worry, you'll have your chance at winning. So and then we'll be flashing this QR code. I also wanted to mention that last week we did this giveaway as a live show, so only during the 2-hour time frame. But for this week, we wanted to also include all the people that watch post live, because you guys are also our Luxie. So anybody who are right here on the live can enter, but also anybody that watches post live can also enter. And we'll have it open till, I guess, until like Thursday, so that we can pick our winners on Friday and announce it, just like today.
Sounds good.
Right? Okay. That was...
I want to add something to that. So last week, the Luxies in the live got it easy. All you had to do was just put your name, right?
Oh,
but
sure.
this time,
right, I forgot. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this time we're making it a little harder because it's going to be longer, right? So you don't have to answer now. And yeah, you don't have to answer now. You can answer later, right? Because we actually want you to share with us, kind of like tell us, what which live was your favorite, right?
Yes. Basically, tell us which live show of ours that you've watched so far was your favorite, or even if you haven't watched that many, tell us how long you've been watching our live show. So we just want to know which one was your favorite show, and we'll do more of those.
Yep.
Yeah. And what else did we say? That's all, right? That was the requirement.
That's the only thing. That's the only difference. So you got to put your name, you got to put this, but we want, share something else with us. So it's a little bit harder than last week. Last week, the Luxies got it really easy. Like everybody's just in and you're in. This time we're like, okay, second round.
So true, so true. Thank you, Kat, for reminding me. I totally blanked out and forgot. Okay, so that was that. And then, of course, as per usual, with this live stream, we come up with a topic. So today is our least successful purchases. And then after the session where we, talk about the topic, then we open the floor to do Q&A, and we'll pull your questions onto the screen. But for us to be able to see your questions, because we are on a different format, it would really, really help us if you just type a few question marks in front of your questions. Just type your question as per normal, but just make sure you add question marks in the beginning so that we can see that it's a question for us. Because sometimes you guys just chat between you guys, and we're not so sure if it's for us, for you guys. So that's a little bit of housekeeping. Before we get started, though, there was one question that we polled last week, and I totally zoned out. I don't know, for some reason, because the question was, what did you think about that dark brown color from 21A? And I totally, in my head, was thinking, oh, that's the same brown, but it's not. It's not. And I don't know why I zoned out, because I knew about this dark brown, which is what you see here on the right side. It's a very, very, very dark color. It almost looks black under certain lighting. And that was the question. What did we think about it? And so I had to put it back on the screen just to make sure that we answered it properly. I personally like it, especially if you're not keen on black, or you just want to have something different. The only issue I have when personally, when I choose colors, or when I choose a bag and I'm trying to decide on the color, and if I'm trying to be different just because I didn't want to be so, everybody has the same thing, it can bite me in the ass later on, because, I love black. Right. And if I'm just trying to be different because of that reason, then it might come back and haunt me years later. Like maybe years later, I would wish that I got the black. But honestly, this brown is beautiful. So if you love this dark brown, go for it. But yeah, just in contrast to the light brown right beside it, this is also referred as the pumpkin spice or the really dark caramel. Yeah, they're totally different. I thought we were talking about that one, but we were not. So what did you think about this dark brown cat?
I do like it. I know of a friend who is actually trying to get this brown bag, and I think one of the things about a brown bag is you got to probably see what you wear it with, but because it's dark enough, it can come off as black. But if it was a little bit lighter, then I would be a bit like, But because it's pretty black, like I'm looking at this picture, it looks black. I think it's a good option if you don't want black.
Yeah, exactly. It's a great option. Just make sure that you absolutely love the color, because we're talking about these classic flaps, which cost so much money. Everybody, I'm sure by now have had their price increase. Oh my gosh, insane. I think on average, the classic flap went up by 14 to 15%. Insane, crazy. And then even everything else, the minis, the Gabrielles, the 19, they all went up by about 10%. So we're talking about a lot of money. So you have to be sure that you love, absolutely love everything about the bag, the color, the size, the quality, the material. Yeah. Anyway, that's what I wanted to make sure that we got it right. So I'm gonna flash this QR code again for a couple more seconds, and then let's get started with our...
Wow, 27 responses already. You guys are really quick, huh? I should take a peep. I should take a look at all the answers.
Yeah, you have Kat created that QR code and that list for us. Okay, so today's topic so far it's only it's been half a year. It's already July, so we wanted to just do kind of like an update and kind of like a check-in of all the things all the luxury things that we've bought so far. And last week we shared our best purchases. So this week we wanted to do the opposite. And I just want to preface that, because I'm going to let Kat start first, but I just want to preface that with saying that we actually had a really hard time coming up with this list. Only because we didn't buy that much this year. Okay, first of all, we didn't buy that much. And second of all, I think we've been pretty good. Like, we didn't buy anything that was useless and nothing that we didn't love. But it's just that we were forcing ourselves to just pick 5 things that were the least successful. So I just wanted to preface that. And it could be because we haven't had the chance to use it, or it could be because we could have not bought it yet and just waited. I mean, we're still kind of in the pandemic. I mean, Canada is kind of reopening now, but we're still really nowhere near before going out frequently and all that, right? So I just wanted to preface that, okay? Like, none of these things are bad. If you have these things, great. It's just that we just had to come up with this list because that's the topic today. Yeah, Kat, I'm gonna give it to you.
Oh, you want me to go through all of it, right? All of it?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, let's go through all of it. I think in no particular order. I'm just looking at what I'm going to pick first. I'm going to pick the smallest thing. And last week I mentioned a good perfume, right? I said, I think this is a good buy, a surprising buy. But I have one that I think I'm not sure of, and I should have waited until I could try it. So I spoke about this, and I even did a video. This is the Portrait of a Lady, Frederic Malle. Now, I did a video and I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. And it is an amazing perfume. But, and I know this, okay? I know that perfumes that you need to spray it on your body and it needs to change. So I was so surprised with I think the Baccarat Rouge one was maybe a good surprise for me. I was like, oh my God, I could actually do a blind buy. So this was like a blind buy. I tried it in store, and then now I sprayed it on my skin. And every day it smells different for me. Like the day that I sprayed it on the first time, it smells good. Like a couple of days ago, I sprayed it again. It felt a little strong. So I feel like this is the kind of perfume that my nose needs to be further trained to accept. So I feel like this is one of those that not a bad purchase, maybe a purchase that I should have waited and tried a few more times instead of jumping onto this amazing deal that I found on Selfridges. Because in my video, I said Selfridges, well, on this live, I can say it again. If you love Portrait of a Lady and you're in Singapore, Selfridges mispriced this by $100. In Singapore, it's selling for 380 Singapore dollars, which is a lot of money for just it's like this small. $380, But on Selfridges, look at her, she's sweating. On Selfridges, it is 270 Singapore dollars. So in a way, I don't feel so bad because it's not smelly. It's not smelling like BO, but I should have been smarter and waited until COVID is better, or at least we could spray it on our skin, or at least on my skin, and give myself a bit more time to go like, okay, I really want it. And I think it's a perfume that I would have eventually bought in the future. But yeah, maybe when my nose is more trained and better at distinguishing the smells, because it's so complex. Together it's beautiful, but at the same time, I'm a bit like, oh my gosh, it's a lot.
I think I understand, because the issue with shopping sometimes, especially when it comes to, just taking advantage of a deal, you just feel like, oh, it's too good to not buy because it's on sale or it's cheaper this time. And
they made a mistake. I'm like, get it.
I know, it's so hard. I mean, I think the issue here is because you love perfume. So same with me. Like, I love something, I'll buy different versions of the same thing in different colors and whatever. But yeah, it's something that we still have to really hone in and try to limit ourselves.
Yeah.
And yeah, every time you talk, I'm going to put you on mute because I'm so hot right now. Even my computer is like fanning and I'm like, we just started.
Okay, so let me go on. Next one. Oh, let me just finish with this one. So a lesson learned for me, and I think maybe a blessing in disguise, is that with the Baccarat, I went on to like, oh my God, I can blind buy. So if this was a good, I would probably maybe spiral down a blind buy perfume kind of like tunnel. But maybe this was like, girl, like a full stop, So in a way, I think it's a blessing in disguise because it kind of like slapped me into space. Like, hey, don't do things like that. And okay, so I stopped. I stopped. No more blind buying perfumes. Okay, it's really dangerous. I don't do it often, but this was like, okay. So let's do the next one. I am putting this in, and 2 reasons that it's, even though I didn't actually buy it, well, I bought it and I got my money back from my husband, kind of thing, But anyway, because this I got in Singapore, and through a wonderful essay, Gucci essay, who said that, hey, I know you love Doraemon, you should come and check it out. Even invited me to the launch, and I was over the moon, but I was actually in Malaysia, so it was like kind of disappointing because I love Doraemon and I love this. Like, in my heart, I love it. When I look at it, I am so like, look at him. Even now, I'm like, like, this is so cute. Anyway, this I'm putting as a not such a great purchase because of 2 things. One, I haven't used it. That is the main point. I just haven't. And in a way, I don't mind it because this to me is special. It's a collector's piece. But my logical brain is saying, girl, you didn't use it. So honestly, it is not a good purchase. You may not even needed it in your collection. You just buy it because it's Doraemon. So that's why I just had to put this in. Kills me to put it in, but being honest here, right? And the second thing that I feel it's a bad purchase is because it's Gucci. It's going up against my values. It's like, because Gucci to me is one of those brands that is very, very trendy. Some people rock it and they really love their Gucci pieces, and there are classic Gucci pieces, but there are many Gucci pieces that are so trendy, and I personally don't like Gucci's method of always discontinuing their things. So I just don't like it. So so that's why I'm saying, like, this really, I talk bad about Gucci, then here I am holding a Gucci bag. So that's just me personally.
I think it's okay though, because you did get it as a gift. But I do wonder, so I know you guys are in a mini lockdown sort of thing, and I guess things will get back to normal soon, right? Do you think you will use it more once it's really more normal? Okay. Yeah. So it's really just
my next item. I'm gonna say that exactly. So I think for the bags this bag is also because I haven't been going out. Like, I'm sitting. last week, the whole week, I was working like crazy. You can see my eye bags because I'm just like so tired. I did not move. Like I sat here. The only reason I made myself move is because I put my water glass in the kitchen so that I'm like, okay, it's time to drink water. Come back. And even going out to buy dinner, I was just like, oh man, I forget it. Just cook Maggie noodles. I was tired. I just didn't want to go out. So it is definitely the fact that I am not going out, not motivated to go out. So there we go again. This bag is sitting there and it kills me. Okay, it kills me to put this here, but yes, I haven't used it.
Maybe you should treat it as your, because now you have your Bottega. So now you can maybe rotate your Bottega and this at the same time. That way you get less wear and tear on each.
Yeah, good idea. Okay, let's talk about this one. Let me pick it up. So I saw MK. MK is here. I'm going to blame MK for this. This is also me being greedy and overexcited. Greedy and overexcited because we opened up. And I purchased these before we had a mini lockdown in Singapore and when cases started to peak. They are the Legend shoes. Actually, I'm picking the wrong one. Let me just pick the right one. This one. Okay.
Not the Legend shoes.
Not the Legend shoes. Okay, it's actually this pair. So I managed to wear the black pair a few times, and I was over the moon by it because I do like it. It makes me look really good and put together. And this pair of brown ones, I haven't worn it. So it is a bad purchase because I did not need to buy 2 pairs at a go. But when I was buying it, we were opening up. So I'm just like kind of justifying my purchase. But today, right now, I haven't. I just have not used it. And even if I run out to go and buy something, I'm wearing my Orans because I don't want to be outside too long. Or it's just like I'm just not in the right headspace to be walking around. So I think this second lockdown, when actually I shouldn't call it lockdown. It's my Singaporean Luxie says it's not a lockdown. Okay, it's a heightened alert, encouraged to stay at home. Okay, so it just I didn't use it. So a better way is I should have just bought the black one. Black is neutral. Black I can always use, and wait till everything really settles and grab the brown, because it's not like it's a limited edition piece or anything. It's a classic. It's always there. Even if it goes up 10%, it doesn't really kill me. But now it's sitting and stand, at my shoe cabinet looking pretty. So
speaking of, I have shoes like that to share too. So you guys will see.
All right, let me see what else. Okay, let's do this one. And then I'll talk about one that I don't have with me, but we'll talk about that as well. This, I kind of similar. I feel it's kind of similar. I think the people who know me are gonna, I told you so. You're not that kind of person. Okay. It's the Kelly belt. And it's because I am not going out. Okay. And to add to that, I'm not a belt person, but I love it. So I have like 2 dresses that needs belts, but because I'm not going out, I'm not wearing this belt. But I know that if I were to go out now and I can get a chance to use my dress, I'm going to use this. And when I used it a few times before, I'm like, girl, that's a belt. This is finally the belt that I like. I can get to the toilet really quickly. And it actually doesn't really look like a belt, with the whole buckle and pulling the leather. It's just a little, hardware. So convenient, and I can adjust it. Pants, dress. So I think it's such a great piece, and I'm glad I have it in my collection. But at this point in time, so the word like so far, if I'm really digging from my collection, well, from my purchases this year, I had to put this in for the situation of pandemic, not going out, girl doesn't really wear belts, you know, kind of thing. So this one. But if you ask me, is it a good buy? It is a good purchase. Like, I know when everything is better, this is a great accessory in my collection. Like, I won't buy more belts. I won't be getting 4 or 5 colors. This could actually be my one and only belt. And I'm glad. But maybe I should have waited. So I'm in that kind of like transition phase. All right, let's do the last one.
Belt, though. I think it's still a good purchase, like you said. It's just the timing.
Timing, yeah, the timing.
Yeah.
I think the timing with I think what I've learned is the timing, and with the unpredictability of suddenly lockdown, suddenly go out, suddenly, and that unpredictability has caused me to buy a few things of extra, which I should have just waited, right? Okay, the last one. I have nothing to show, and I guess Amy, you can link the video, maybe my little excited reveal of it. It's actually the Balmain cardigan. I got it, and I really love the look, but I actually returned it. So in a way, I didn't. Well, you know what? I did spend money. I spent like $100 because when they returned my money, I didn't get the exact amount. So whatever. Yeah.
I didn't know that. Conversion. I didn't know that you guys had conversion, because when I shop at Farfetch here, it's in Canadian dollars. They actually take the same currency.
I know. It's $100 lesson.
Oh my gosh. You know, that's the same with Matches Fashion for me, because they don't have Canadian currency. So if I ever return anything, it's not going to be the same currency, unless I use my US credit card, because they do have US currency, but then it's not as good because the US is so strong, right?
Yeah, exactly. So that's why US was so strong when they did the conversion back. So I was like 190 something. I was like, dang, this is an expensive lesson. But it's okay. I think I'll take it as an opportunity to try it out and get it off my head and finally realize what works for me. So what works for me is, I love the cardigan. Okay, so that cardigan is superb. Like, it looks so good. When I put it on, I was like, oh my God, shoulder pads are like not sure, but I did try it for like that day, and I was trying it on with other things. So 2 things. One is the color. So I think for me, I cannot buy white luxury ready to wear. White luxury ready to wear in this humid climate, if it doesn't get worn very often, there will be yellow spots. And I kind of knew that in my head, but I think I was so excited to grab it at what, 40, was it like 40% discount?
Yeah, it was a 40%. Good discount.
And I just thought, you know what? I think it'll be okay to wear once in a while. So I think I would have still kept it if the second reason wasn't real. Like, because of the second reason, it's pandemic. I have nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Like, I can't wear that white cardigan in the office because we're not in the office. I would have, but I couldn't. And even if I wear it occasionally, I would wear it for travel, and we're not traveling. So timing was just wrong. Like, if I wanted to make sure my beautiful white cardigan doesn't get, musky and like with the spots, it needs to be taken out regularly, and that's okay. But I wouldn't be taking it out regularly. So I just sat with it. I said, you know what? Great deal. But if I were to purchase it again, and I would, and I will, if the black comes in. I think black cardigan with the silver, I can definitely keep it in my cupboard for a long time and nobody will see the yellow spots. And when travel becomes a thing again, that would be an amazing piece to just wear out. So yeah, I would say that was one item that was a purchase, even though I returned it. I shouldn't have it just, I just hold my horses and just chill.
But I think Yeah, like you said, at least you know now that for sure white color is not the jam for you, especially when it comes to ready to wear. Not for the price of luxury ready to wear. Even if it's 40% on sale, at least you I feel so bad. I didn't know that you guys didn't have, because I
Oh
thought
no,
that
don't worry about
Farfetch,
it.
they use the
Get it all.
same like local currency, because that's what I thought was good about Farfetch, is that I was able to shop in Canadian dollars.
Oh, we're used to it. We're used to it. Like every time I buy
Okay.
overseas, all the time when I charge my card, always is never nice. So we're used to it. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I'm like, ugh, that's you punks. And now like,
Well, I'm
whatever.
glad you returned it, because it's pointless to keep something that you liked but you're not gonna wear, and especially if it's not suitable for your climate, then yeah, don't keep it. Yeah, color is such an important factor, right? Choosing, like
Yeah,
you
it
said
is.
earlier, color is such an important, like, go for a classic flap if you want, but don't settle. Don't settle ever, ever. Yeah. Better not buy it, or better be able to return it if you can, than to, I don't know, regret it later and have to sell it. But yeah, thank you so much for sharing, Kat. Oh my gosh, such a good list. But I have a lot of commonality with your items, with a lot of your items. Okay, let me share shoes. I guess we'll start with my shoes first. Just get it out of the way. So this pair, I have to tell you, this pair of shoes is gorgeous. These are my Chanel boots. Brand spanking new, of course. That is the problem. Like, I bought this during it was actually in the sale. So it was it 40% Chanel sale? Anyway, I've only been to a Chanel sale once ever, and it was in December. And I bought these shoes because I don't know. I think in my head I was like, oh, stuff from Chanel on sale. I've never bought anything from Chanel that's on sale, number one. And number two is when I tried these on, I actually really did like it. It's just, partly pandemic, partly I was kind of had my honeymoon phase. Like, I've never owned anything so expensive to wear on my feet, right? So it's kind of two reasons. Mostly pandemic, because when was it? I said it was December, right? December, January 2020. 2020. 2020, yeah. So January 2021.
What year?
We were still very much like, the cases were very bad in Canada. We had so many, like thousands of cases daily, new cases daily. So I was not going out. So it was just purely bad timing. But yeah, these boots are so beautiful. I have to wear it this winter. Hopefully we can stay open more and more, and that hopefully people are actually going to be careful and not get infected and all that. But yeah, that's number one. But like I said, it's not a real reason. Like, it's not because I don't like it. It's just because I've never worn it. And with this other pair of shoes, so number two, you guys are going to be shocked. My Hermes Royal loafers. Okay, I have to say, I love these loafers. I have two pairs of loafers now, these ones and the Colette. I actually prefer these ones, just for the record. I actually prefer these ones. These ones fit me better because I have this long toe issue. So this one has more of a pointier toe. So it actually has room for my long toe. But it's the color. So I own nothing in brown except my one winter coat. I have one large winter coat that is exactly this color. And I went to Hermes that day, the only time I wore that coat, and I tried on these shoes, and it looked perfect together. But I own nothing else in this color. So I don't regret these shoes, because I love the fact that I was able to find a style of shoe that I never thought I'd like. In fact, when my essay showed me that, I was like, oh no, I'm not gonna like that one. And he's like, what? Are you sure? These are so popular. And it's very hard. It's very unusual that we get it in these sizes, the most popular sizes. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just try it on. But the moment I tried it on, first it was super, super nice, very elongating. And second of all, they were so comfortable. I wouldn't walk a marathon with these. Obviously, no shoes should be walked in long distance unless they are orthopedic and have orthotics in it, or running shoes. But aside from that, as an everyday shoe, these are so comfortable, and the leather is very soft and just beautiful. Like, the shoe is stunning. So I think for me, I just have to add more things to complement this color. Maybe a bag in this color in the future.
You need the Chanel. You need the Chanel caramel bag.
Oh my gosh, I know. But I can't lah. I'm still waiting. For. I have too many big purchases that I'm just hoping to get offered. You know, like I can't be doing all these crazy purchases.
No, but I think that the shoes for you, it's the same as me, right? Because I think it's not that we don't love them. Like, I love them. They look so good. But because they're sitting there.
Yeah.
And
no, actually, I wore these, but it's just that I'm like, oh, the shoes are so pretty, but the rest of me is like in blue and black, and it's not matching completely. It's just that maybe I need a belt, maybe I need a bag, maybe I can just buy a if I can even get my hands on maybe a non-quota bag that is in this color at least, because it's not that I don't love this color, and I know that I'm not gravitated towards browns because my skin tone is on the cooler side, and I just look better in whites, in black and reds. I just look better in those colors, but I'll make it work because I actually really love these shoes, and I probably should get the same shoe but in black too. Okay, next, okay, I'll share this too because Kat shared a belt. You guys are gonna be shocked at this one too. This belt from Chanel. So the rest are from Chanel. Like I said, we didn't buy that much this year. We're literally trying to pull things that are not really that bad, but it's just that with this belt, I just fell in love with it. I just, the idea of being able to style this with my dresses, and just whenever I needed to pull a belt over my outfit, that was the idea. In practical sense, do I really always do that? Not really. Like, I don't always try to pull my belt and wear it on my outfit. Like, I have to make the effort. So number one. And number two is, I want to say that I never wore this, but I actually did. I wore this once, just maybe a couple weeks ago, to a dinner at a relative's house. So does that count as wearing? It's like going to your family's house for a couple hours.
in the current time, I think it counts. Like,
okay.
You know what I mean? Like, we trying to find like little pockets of events to do it, but I know what you mean. It's like, it's not enough. It's like, it's
just not enough. Like, yeah, exactly. I feel like a lot of these things that we're showing, there's always going to be the reason number one, which is the pandemic, because it just didn't allow us to wear a lot of the things that we love. But like we were saying, we're going to do more mindful shopping and this and that. But at the same time, we also know that sometimes when you miss out, you miss out. They just don't come back, or I don't know, FOMO.
Which we're going to talk about next week, right?
Yes, we're going to talk about that next week. That's our topic next week, so you guys stay tuned. Okay. Which one should I share first? Number 4. I guess I'll go with this one. And I'm gonna get a lot of "I told you so" or hate for this. I don't know why. For some reason, when I bought this, a lot of you guys were not a fan of it, and I was so sad because I was like, "This is so pretty! Like, look at it. It's so pretty." And okay, just for the record, this is super comfortable, at least on me. It fits me perfectly. And yes, I still think that it's a good purchase. But I'm putting it in this video, in this category, because similar to the belt, I guess, you have to take the effort of putting it on before you go out. Of course, there was the pandemic, but you just have to take the effort. of actually grabbing it and wearing it. So it's not the most practical purchase. It's a novelty purchase. And honestly, this is the best headband, luxury headband that I've ever seen, ever. And I don't think I'll ever buy another headband because nothing will come close to this nice. Like, I mean, look at it. It's a Chanel belt on your head. It's so cool, right? So no, I'm not selling this, nothing like that. But it's one of those things where you cannot be in a rush and then go out the door. And I thought that could be it because, especially when I have just straight hair and, usually my hair looks flat because my hair is fine too. So my idea was like, oh, I could just wear this on like any day and just be put together. But no, I don't. Yeah, you really have to plan your outfits. So
yeah,
that's that.
I think that's the same feeling that I got with the belt.
Yeah.
That for me, it's the extra effort. And do I naturally do it? I don't. So it's a bit unnatural. But am I like, how do you say this? It's like, can I make it natural in the future? That actually the reason it's unnatural is because I don't make the effort. So there is like two perspectives, right? You wear one lens is that I'm saying, I just don't want to make the effort. But what if I made the effort and it became not an effort anymore?
I know.
The pandemic is one. The pandemic is definitely one that doesn't help. Nobody wants to make any effort now. Everybody's like, forget it.
I think that is exactly it. We're just gonna blame everything on the pandemic, by the way, because it's so true. The pandemic made us lazy. We no longer have to get ready to go out. We no longer have to dress to go out. We no longer even have to go out. So a lot of the everyday
roll the food here,
routine,
please roll it here.
And our rituals and our habits, it's kind of like in the back burner now. Like now I'm so not used to getting ready and going out. I'm just not.
And let's give a more simple example. Let's not luxury. Let's say talk about painting my nails. I love to paint my nails. Like somebody commented, I don't know which video, said, "Oh, Kat, you're really good at painting your nails." And I think I'm pretty good at it. I don't get like all into my skin, I think I'm quite good at it. But I could not be bothered now. Okay, I'm like, whatever. Everyone's gonna look at my nails. But just a few days ago, I'm making the effort, which is not a lot of effort. And then now my nails are pretty. They're like, oh, they're kind of nice. So, oh my gosh, this pandemic has just really just said, you know what? Forget it. Don't even wear pants.
A day like today, I wish I didn't have to wear pants. Oh my gosh, it's so hot. Okay, last but not least, again, they're not bad purchases. I'm just going to show a couple of silk from Chanel. It's interesting that I show these versus the silk last week from Hermes, and that was my best purchase. These are still great purchases, but I haven't worn them. Okay, pandemic, number one. And number two, I guess, I just haven't worn them. I don't have any other reasons. I just don't know what to say.
Is it the size? Is it the size? Are they the same size as the...
Oh, this one is the same size. This one is the 90 centimeters. And this I did get from the same sale. So I bought those boots. So I bought boots on sale, this on sale. Did I buy something else? No, I think these two were on sale. And then I bought something else that was regular price. This was their, I think it's like the winter collection because it has like the skis on it.
Oh, it's so
like
cute.
Yeah, it's super cute. And the color is actually really neutral. So I should wear this. And I should, oh my gosh. When I say should, I make myself feel pressure. But I should make that video where I show you guys my preferred ways. So I will also use this. But you will see the difference in the thickness of the silk. So this one is so soft. You can see it drape already. It's like so soft, which would be nice as it would be really nice as a scarf. But as a top, I think, oh my gosh, I just put stain on it from my lipstick. As a top, I think this would not be draping or at least having as much structure as the Hermes. So we'll see. Okay, I have to clean this later. Oh my gosh, I stained it with my lipstick. And then and then this one is just, I haven't worn it. This one is a different one. I waited for this one, I want to say for, I paid for it, and that season was already launched. I forget which season now. But this item did not come until a month or two later. It was ridiculous. It was to the point where the next season was already out, and I was still waiting for this item. So there was this element of, oh my gosh, forget about it now. Like, I don't want it anymore because I've waited so long. And it was because of the pandemic, lockdowns, and also a lot of the shipments were super delayed. And even though normally things would trickle in shortly after the launch dates, this one took forever. But anyway, eventually it arrived, and I got it. So it's beautiful. Like, this one is the houndstooth, and it's the other side is the CC. So it's super, super classic, and it's just like a long scarf. You can tie it a few times. So I will wear this eventually. It's just that I haven't had the opportunity to go out at all. This was at the beginning of, no, this was from, which season was it? 2020. It must have been fall, winter. And I waited until the next season was out, literally. I was like, where's my scarf?
Where is it?
So yeah, those were our worst and least successful purchases. But you guys already know, we prefaced the reasons, and I think it's time to flash our giveaway.
Oh, let me check how many people have submitted. Okay.
Yes.
We've got not many, but it's going to be a long giveaway. So 42 people have put in your entries.
Yeah, I think
43.
Entry, you guys definitely should take your time, and because it will be up for, for the foreseeable week until, sometime Thursday we'll be randomly choosing the winners. But we definitely will read. So don't just say like gibberish stuff, okay? We'll definitely be reading everyone's response as to what you thought about your favorite of our show so far. Maybe how long you've been subscribed. So yeah, we will.
Yeah, what if the algorithm picked like a troll, like, you do suck, and they win? I'm like, no, okay, sorry, we're picking. I'm sorry.
That's interesting. Well, I think we have a pretty good eye as to like recognizing our trolls too. Like, we recognize the names, especially the ones that are always live or even post live. We know the ones that always comment and who always participate. But it's still gonna be random. If it's really like a gibberish comment, we will just choose another winner. So that's that. Okay, so that was just a reminder to enter our giveaway. And of course, it will be open to the post live audience for about a week. Okay, let's get into our Q&A portion.
Had a lot of questions already.
Okay, I don't know if we'll be able to answer this question, but I'll just pull it in for a second. Notice that Bloomingdale's website has an advanced contemporary category under their handbag section. Have you ladies heard of it before? I haven't, and Kat probably even less because she's not from the US. I'm not from the US either, but I haven't. But I can just, I guess, imagine, because we have the Hudson's Bay company right here in Canada. So it's like department store, kind of like Bloomingdale's. And then we even have, some of our, stores that offer huge discounts on just past season items, such as like Winners, Marshalls, like those type of stores. They now also carry vintage luxury. Although you're talking about advanced contemporary. Yeah, we haven't heard of those. What do we think about it?
I'm trying to look. It says here, Bloomingdale's Advanced Contemporary Fashion Collection is the crossroad between accessible luxury and clothing.
Are there any examples of what's an advanced contemporary?
Well, I'm looking at the items. It looks like it's got Alexandra Wang.
Oh, okay.
Derek Hemelang.
Oh, yeah, I know it's so hard to
Helmut.
pronounce his name.
Helmut.
Yeah. Okay, get it.
What else? Oliver's People, Paul Smith. It looks like it's the middle tier and up luxury. What else does it say?
Well, we'll open the floor. We'll ask the audience as well. Like, what do you guys think about those brands? Like I said, we don't discriminate with brands. We love our contemporary brands too. Do we buy a lot of them? Not anymore. I used to a lot more, just because I think we mentioned this so many times before. It just depends on what stage of your life you're in. What season of life are you in? I think in my 20s, that's all I bought, and that's all I could afford, and that's fine. Now I buy less of those because I want to just be more focused. And because I know even if I bought those ones, even if they're really well made, and I will buy some of those, I do use some of my contemporary brands. My favorite ones are Le Sportsac. I even use like my Nike bum bag when I go for walks. But my favorite one is definitely Le Sportsac. I just love the simple nylon and really colorful design for travel. Yeah. And I just love a lot of the Coach, and like I love looking at those. And I think for me, I like shopping those when someone needs my opinion on it. I don't buy it for myself necessarily, because I know for myself deep down, I'm just gonna go reach for Chanel, because why not? I have this whole collection to rotate. When am I gonna rotate to that contemporary bag? Like I just want to be honest with myself, right? So
I think if I have an unlimited amount of money, sure, I'll buy everything. But because I don't, I would rather just collect my focus to something. Because I mean, like a little bit of everything, like this dress, Popette Saint Bart. It looks like quite a simple looking dress. It's like a white kind of dress.
Mm-hmm.
It's $500 Singapore dollars. Of course, you compare to like Chanel and thousands of dollars. But what if I just saved everything and just bought something made me like, oh, I love Chanel. I don't know, just thinking out loud. But yeah.
Okay. Hope this helps. Probably not, but we don't mind them. We don't mind them. Okay, next question. I'm not gonna answer this, by the way, because I just filmed the reveal. You will see it on Monday. I promise. I will be uploading. Well, I'll be editing it first, and then I'll be uploading it. But I will just say that a lot of you got it right last time. Okay, from Joyce. Kat, after your last video, did you cave?
Okay, so actually, this FOMO video that I posted, it was really like raw, because I was like, and I'm not a FOMO person. I think when we did the video the live earlier this year, we said the 5 things that we shouldn't do. I can't recall that video that we just said, things that we know now we shouldn't do. So actually FOMO wasn't really mine. I do have a little bit sometimes, but I'm not really a FOMO person. But yeah, I was just gonna do like a part 2 FOMO this morning, but I woke up late. So I'll do it later, and then Joyce, you can find out. Maybe I'll have like a
and
we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah, exactly. We've also decided that for next week, this is what we'll talk about, because I think worldwide, a lot of the countries will have their increase by then. Of course, it has already happened here. It just happened today in Canada. I think June 30th was the USA, or was it July 1st yesterday? Was in the USA, and then I think Australia, Singapore, they all had their increases. And by next week, I think most of the world would have had it. So we'll talk about FOMO more. I think it'll be interesting. Okay, any new jewelries you want to add to your collection? Haha. More FOMO, because Gatti also had their price increase.
Did you watch? Yeah, my yellow fellas, did you watch my FOMO video? If you didn't watch my FOMO video, because Katya, you're making my FOMO come up again. It's brewing again. It's like, shh. No cursing. But yes, I do want to get a Katya love bracelet.
And I just want to say, this is not related. I just want to shout out to whoever gave us the super stickers, because I'm still on top of the comments, but thank you so much. Thank you so much. For me, I actually, luckily for Cartier Canada, we've only had a 1% increase. And I think it was just a price adjustment, because I know for the longest time, the USA's Cartier prices were a lot lower than Canada's. And apparently, and I didn't know that before, but apparently a lot of people, a lot of Canadians buy in the States for that reason, because they would, you know, get a huge saving. When you're talking about a $10,000 piece, you're saving quite a bit, right? Yeah. Even if it's just 6 or 7% or 10%, whatever. But luckily, we haven't had that big of a price increase. If we did, I might have already added my Juste un Clou thin. Just saying. Yeah. So that would be one of the pieces I would like to add. Is there anything else? I mean, I don't know. I'm always open to Hermes jewelry just because I do like their designs a lot, but I'm in no rush. Like Kat said, they are classic pieces. They're always going to be around. It just depends on availability. Okay. More questions about contemporary brands. Okay, have you heard of Coach Relove? The company buys their own vintage bags and restores them and sells them for roughly $500. It makes me wonder if other fashion houses will do the same. Wow. Okay. Honestly, I have not heard of that, but this is a great idea. But that's the question. I think if Chanel does that, I will.
Yeah. Like if they were to bring back their bags and then restore them, like some, you know, Chanel, the Diana flap, I would totally like, okay, let's take a look at this. Because, I mean, one of the things that for me personally for Chanel vintage is the look. I like some of the cutting, but I think it's just very vintage. I don't know how to say. There's a look that, you know, maybe if they were to bring it back and, like you say, restore them, give them a little bit of like oomph back, who knows, it might transform the look to a certain extent, right? Still have the vintageness, but with a bit of modern edge to it, maybe the color or maybe the puffs or something. And I would totally.
Yeah. I feel like it's a good way of, I think it's a sustainable way of having another sort of side, like a sister company of this. I mean, same company, but just a different product. And I think I love that, especially if the company itself restores their own product. I think that's great. I love the idea. I would have to.
Doesn't LV own Coach? Am I lost? Do they own Coach?
Do they?
I don't know. Let me check.
Okay, while you check, I'm gonna move on to the next question. But that was a great question and super informative at the same time. Okay, from Joe Overjoyed. What are you girls still planning to get from Chanel after the price increase? I don't think we will ever stop shopping at Chanel. Like, who are we kidding? You are totally right. Like we said, you know, we get adjusted. Yes, it hurts. We don't like these increases. But yeah, who are we kidding? We'll never stop shopping at Chanel or whichever brands, like LV, whatever. Like, you just get used to it. When was it? I think it was in 2018, maybe, when the canvas bags from LV were starting to skyrocket in prices. Like, they were having more frequent price increases. Because I think before that, the price increases were very slow. But all of a sudden, like in 2017, they had a few. And then after that, every company, LV, Chanel, everybody frequently had price increases every single year. So that's when we really started noticing that, oh my gosh, canvas bags are now costing $2,000 and now more, like in the 3,000s, and you can't even buy them anyway. So are we stopping? No, but we are slowing down. And I think it makes you just be more choosy, like we said. Okay, What are we planning to buy? Are we planning anything? We're planning?
I was. Or I am, or maybe I did. Maybe FOMO got me. Maybe it's sitting, maybe it's just there.
What?
Waiting to be unboxed.
I don't know about that. What? Well, I know you still want your 19, your Gabrielle. Well, your Gabrielle
I
first.
do want my Gabrielle, but the latest price. Wow.
Just buy a ticket and visit me.
Yeah,
You make a trip out of it, and then
yeah. Don't even bother. Like nobody even bother to ask Amy for a Gabrielle. I'm first in line. Sorry.
well, yeah. What are we planning? The thing is, I've never really planned to buy anything this year. I mean, I had my wish list, but you never know with wish lists whether you're gonna actually carry out what your wishes was supposed to be. It just so happened that I was able to get what I wanted this year, and I do believe in the laws of attraction. It doesn't always work, but sometimes it just feels like it does, or at least maybe that's what I tell myself.
The price increase. I'm trying to think. Am I planning? Am I planning to get anything after the price increase? Wow, this is tough, because the price increase was so much. Then right now, like because I was gonna do that video, like my mini FOMO, because I want to keep some portion of it for our live, but I was gonna share a bit, and right after after the price increase, you feel like I just like it's a little bit annoyed. I've got one feeling, it's a little bit annoyed, like. And if I'm annoyed, do I still go and buy things when I'm annoyed? I'm not sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard. I'm not planning anything, honestly. Yeah, just watch our wishlist videos if we have another one. Maybe we'll do a recap at the end of the year, how we have done, and whether Kat will start having a wish list from then on or not. Okay, from Just, I think this is a comment. Great job on the weekly show. I have been watching all year. Mostly watch on replays because it's late here. I stayed up tonight, so congrats. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you.
Thank you. You can also thank us by giving us a like.
Yes.
And subscribing to our channel. I actually checked my analytics on my channel, and I have like 60%. No, wait. 50-something% of viewers that watch my videos, but you guys are not subscribed. Like, come on.
I know, eh? What's up with that?
Maybe it's like it's on the recommended feed, so you think you're subscribed to us, but actually you check, we just appear often, but you're not subscribed. So yeah, if you like our show, subscribe.
Yeah, show us some love. Okay, from MK. Kat is all about bougie fragrances now. Which one is the strongest? Portrait
honestly,
of lady. Okay.
MK, don't go near this portrait of a lady, because I did one spray like that, like this, and it's enveloping the whole room. I'm like, oh, can I survive this live?
Yeah.
It's potent, and if you love roses, I think you would love this. Yeah, it's very rosy. It's very matured. I can definitely imagine my mom wearing it, and she just, it just gives me back that kind of memory. But on me, I think I'm not ready for it. But I will use it, like really little, like just a little bit, and have a width of it. But yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to take.
Okay. How did you girls raise your wish lists or Birkin preferences, color, size, etc.? I don't really understand this question. Do you mean how did you ask this question, or how did you just come up with the color and the size for your preference? I think for me, because it's my first bag and it's such an expensive purchase, I just decided that neutral is a way to go. Because before that, I did contemplate a color, because apparently Hermes colors, everyone says Hermes colors are the best colors. But for my first one, I just wanted to be neutral. And I already know the size of bags that I normally like. So that's how I came up with mine. So it was pretty straightforward in a sense. But yeah, it's I guess it's never easy to choose, right? Especially when you don't even know what you're getting. And even if you have a wish list, it doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna get exactly what you want, right? So be as flexible as you can, but don't be over flexible where you're actually compromising and just settling. So yeah. What about you, Kat?
How did I bring it up? Okay, so I think don't have the best experience and advice for this because that was my first bag and I didn't have like a wish list. But in terms of preference, I think it became part of the buying process when I was buying things. When I started to buy, like I bought my shoes, and it's maybe a little naive, and maybe for the essay could have been a bit irritating as well. But you know, you're so excited because I was so excited for my first bag. I really didn't know how to do it. Do I like? How do I get a bag? How do I get a bag? You know, I guess it's a little comical in a way. And now that it's done, so if I were to think back on what I did, was that the right approach? Maybe I could have been less enthusiastic and maybe a less comical, like, you know, buying myself like, do you think I can get a bag? maybe that works. But at the same time, if I reflected on what I did, maybe I could have been a bit more professional about it. So let's talk about in the future. Like, let's say I wanted something else coming up. I think I'm going to be more outright to just state what I want and just leave it at that. Don't keep bugging my essay and keep repeating myself because I've already got my first bag and just say, you know what, this is, I think, you know, I think what I'm going to do and I am going to do when I'm ready is that when I'm ready, I'm going to say to my essay, look, I think I'm ready for the next bag. This is what I want. Because I think now the conversation with my essay can be more civilized and not so comical because I've already got my first bag. And if I talk about my first bag, how did I talk about the preferences, the colors? Because I was so naive. I don't know, like, can I ask for a black? Can I ask for a gold? So my selection and my choices kept shifting a little bit. Like, you know, it's more like, you know, can I, actually I like a black. No, I wasn't unsure whether could I say, I want a black bag. It's more like maybe black. It come back maybe dark color. So vague. But now moving forward, I feel like I'm more confident to say, hey, I think I know what I want. And because I've built that relationship already, I feel more comfortable to say what I want. So a little hard, huh? I think how do you raise your wish list if you got a essay with you already? Maybe you can actually say it, but when it's first time, it's like dating, you know?
Yeah. And also,
eat.
Kat brought out a good point too. Like, you know, first time versus now you're acquainted with your essay. It also depends on you and your relationship with your essay. Like, whatever other people tell you in terms of advice, just take it in as a, you know, as inspiration, and you can try it if it applies to your situation. Because, you know, I ask Kat a lot of advice about how to go about things, or, you know, maybe choosing things too. But her personality and the way I communicate with people is so different, right? So I can't really apply 100% of what she says to me, but I will take her advice and I will just sort of make it my twist too. So you have to do the same thing. Yeah.
And yeah, it's a dance. And, you know,
yeah.
Unfortunately, okay, I'm going to use the word unfortunately, it's a dance. You know, and I think a lot of people will compare Hermes with every other brand. Like, oh my God, you had to put me through this journey and it's a dance. But dudes, that is why this bag is so coveted. You have to figure out a way to hustle it. And there are a bunch of people that couldn't care for this. This is not what they want to do. But if you really want the bag and you want the experience from the store, you just got to be smart about it, right? And you have to have a lot of awareness on the brand because that is their business. if you don't want to play the dance, you can go and walk out the door, get out their face, because there are another 1,000 people that want to go in. So if you want to come in and how you raise it, you have to be very aware of how the brand conducts themselves. Okay, and that is one thing. And then the next thing, you got to be aware of your essay. Like, you got to be aware if she or he is not talkative, don't be going in, like, you go like, oh, okay, let's dance a little, instead of doing, a straight tango, you're gonna like maybe ballroom dance, a little tap side, So yeah, and I agree what Amy said. You got to take everyone's advice and then put it together and then say, okay, now I'm going to go into my store. My store has a bunch of essays that are really like that. So you got to feel, okay, maybe don't go in right, I want a bag. Dance a little. But if you get in a store where everybody's like, hey, how are you? Then maybe you can, use another method. So hard. There's no right answer, basically.
And it's just not Hermes, it's everywhere.
True.
It's just that Hermes is so much more intense because
intense.
We know you want a bag, okay? Okay, great answer. From Eileen, I was never into Chanel, but shall I get one now? I'm thinking of the 2.55. Should she?
Why suddenly? I mean, I'm curious. Why suddenly you jump and think of 2.55?
Yeah, I'm wondering the same thing too. Are you just seeing it so often that you love it now, or FOMO? If it's FOMO, then maybe just sleep on it and see how you feel about it tomorrow, because yeah. Unless you're just loving it more and more because the more you see it. And the 2.55 is beautiful. So hard to tell someone whether they should get something or not, right? It's like, I don't want to take responsibility for your actions. We can only tell you how we think about it for ourselves, but Okay, just sharing my happiness. I bought the Kelly 25 gold hardware black Togo retourné last night.
Wow!
Just before the store closed. Congrats! Oh my goodness, that's so exciting.
Wow. Big congrats.
Yes. Oh, from Nadine. My husband scored a Birkin 30. Oh my gosh. It took gold hardware. The SA in Hawaii knows we own property, so we made him open an account with a different address. Nadine, I'm actually a bit jealous, okay? Not gonna lie. Hawaii is amazing. I heard so many great stories about the fact that Hawaii is a very touristy destination, so they do get a lot more stock. And also, I think Hawaii is also even kind of different from mainland USA too, right? Where sometimes their market, like I think the way they buy their merchandise is different because their market is so much more geared towards tourists for one, and just a different taste. So I know even for like Chanel, like they buy different items, like different colors that you might not always find in mainland, I feel. But yeah, congrats. Oh my gosh.
Congratulations.
We can't do that here.
Intermission for the QR code.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, and I'm just gonna, while you show that, I just saw this comment because my thing skipped towards the end. And I saw Paige say, Amy, would you fly to Paris for your Birkin? And I'm gonna answer this on Amy's behalf. Say yes, because MK is gonna bring us around.
Yes, of course, 100%. Yeah, I will. But I feel like regardless, I will still keep my expectations. I'm not going to have my expectation of, oh, I'm going to get my Birkin, because I know some people still don't get it when they go to Paris, right? It's not 100% guaranteed, but I will obviously want to do that. And I'm telling you, next time I can travel to Europe again, or next time we travel to Europe, this is probably the main shopping goal that I'm going to have. Of course, we're going to do attractions, but skip the Chanel, skip the LV. I'm just gonna go straight to Hermes, or try anyway. Try.
Yeah, just try. I
Yeah.
think must. You know, all this. I've been to Paris a few times. It's just like, what a waste, because that time, no money anyway.
I know what you mean. Okay, so for those who are just wondering why you're seeing a QR code, this is our anniversary show, anniversary of the Luxury Live Show Part 2, 2-week series. And yeah, we're doing giveaways. If you don't know what the giveaways are, we have partnered with Maevery and Samorga. So we'll be randomly choosing winners. And of course, you can enter by scanning this QR code. There's a question you have to answer, which is, which was your favorite luxury live show of ours? And of course, you can also enter post live, and there's a link. If you don't know how to do this, there's also a link in the description box.
Awesome.
Okay. Oh, I cannot wait to travel, honestly. Oh my gosh. I wonder if I'm lucky enough to even be able to be offered a bag, like not even a Birkin, just any bag at Hermes. What color and what size would I get, and what bag would I get? Actually, I don't even know. Like, where do you start? Okay, from Connie. I finally got my Hermes 25 Birkin. Oh my gosh, all you guys. For my essay and totally feel Kat's overjoyed moments, spending the journey was totally worth it as long as you love what you bought and use them. Yes, congratulations. Oh my gosh. Are we having a shower, like a Hermes everywhere? Hopefully it's because more and more countries are slowly reopening that the businesses can resume, and maybe that's why Hermes is making more bags now. Can they please come to Canada? Please just come to Canada.
You know, I'm gonna give people FOMO. If any of you are on FOMO, not FOMO, like, yeah, kind of like FOMO, right? Because if the countries start to open up, especially in Singapore, my Singapore Luxies, and all the tourists come back in, you can forget about getting your bags. So go get your bags now. I'm creating FOMO.
Oh
but
my
it's,
goodness.
you know, for Singapore, a big bunch, I mean, like, I would say 50% of the bags or whatever, H items, are really bought by tourists. So right now, I feel like those that are in Singapore are, even for myself, I think I got the opportunity as well because of the, it's like the pandemic gave me this opportunity, because I'm pretty sure on a normal time, I would be lining up with the rest of tourists that are spending. And some of these tourists are not really just tourists. They come once in a blue moon. They are like maybe from very rich countries, maybe like Indonesia. They come here. Like, it's like their holiday home, you know? Singapore.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have any casual bags in your collection that are forever pieces? I sold most of my LV and Gucci's, ended up buying 5 Chanel bags in the space of 1 year. Need casual bags now. That is so funny. Do we have any casual bags? Yeah, I have my LV twice. That's my casual bag. I think my Neverfulls are pretty casual. So that's number 2. Do I have another one? I do, but they are in the sale, like, as in I'm trying to sell them, so I'm not going to include those. And for the record, I'm selling the Petit Sac Plat and the what is it called again? Spring Street. What about you, Kat? Yeah, you have a few. You have a few.
I have a
casual
few
bags. Yeah.
Yeah, casual bags. My most casual, I'm going to use Longchamp, even though it's not like not a high space a price point. And I also have the Forêt Lepage tote. It's going to be forever because I don't have a lot of totes. It is like, is it my only tote? I think it's my only tote, yeah. And I have, what else do I have now? Cannot think. Okay, I'm gonna just say that my Bottega is, in a way, a casual bag for me because it's smaller. It's what I'm using now interchangeably with my Longchamp. And now, yeah, Amy gave me a good idea to also make this one. This may not be as casual, but yeah, I feel like the Bottega mini pouch, yeah, has become my little casual casual in a way. I'm using it more often and I love it. What else? What else? I do have a few that I see myself just using, not really thinking about, oh my gosh, am I gonna, when I resell this, I'm gonna lose every single cent.
I'm obsessed. I'm like literally obsessed about the pouch, by the way, guys. And there, all the colors. I think I spent a whole afternoon one day just watching videos, reviews, reading Purse Forum, browsing all kinds of sites that I can, see what kind of colors they have right now that are available. And I'm waiting for a sale of some sort. I don't know, because they don't really go on sale. So you can only maybe wait for like a, you know, your very slim opportunity of maybe like the Black Friday. Maybe they might have like a 10%. Like, I'm obsessed, but I don't know what color to go for.
Yeah, I think the Bottega, the colors.
What color should I go for?
Yeah, I think it's the colors.
But, yeah, I love your pouches. Amazing. That green is like, oh, perfect.
The Bottega is the colors. I think the colors just made, it just gives a bit like something else. And because the price point compared to like Chanel colors is something that you can have a luxury item and enjoy the color and still feel like, wow, nice. So it's the colors, man. Oh my God. I'm also want another one.
Colors are so great. But when I look at the black Intrecciato, I'm like, I also love it. I'm like, what? It's like, I love all the colors. Literally, I could probably buy 5 of them. It's crazy. Okay, from Krista, Amy, just wear jeans, white tee, black bag, and those loafers. I agree. It's not that I don't wear them. I did wear them. But I just feel like I need more. I need more of things to match it. Because right now, yes, I can do this simple white tee jeans. And I can also do what MK says, wear my never full, which is what I did. Eventually, I realized, I'm like, wait, I have a brown bag. It's my never full. And it matched perfectly.
Yeah.
But aside from those, I have nothing else. Like, I have nothing else that... like, I just have to make an effort to really, really style it, because everything else just it doesn't quite match as much. But yeah, never full works. Simple white tee works. Definitely, yes. I just need more. Just need more. Okay. Okay, from Nicola. I love the headband, Amy. If you don't want it, let me know. I would buy it from you. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah, it's, you know, this headband, I know a lot of people did not like it, but in my heart I was like, it's so cute. Why didn't you guys like it? But yeah, oh, it's so bad that you couldn't get it. But if I ever sell anything, you guys know where to find it. It's always on my Instagram, and I have 2 Instagram. But I don't think, I don't know. It's so cute. Like, how could I sell this? But like I said, it is not like a practical item. It's more like I literally have to think about wearing it, right? And with the pandemic, where am I going to wear this to? Grocery shopping? It's silly.
I can see Eileen's comment. I don't understand both Kat and Amy.
What is it?
I don't know. There's a comment from Eileen, like further down. Like, I don't understand both Kat and Amy bad purchases. They aren't bad. Actually, we did say it's not bad. It's not bad. It's just that we are being practical, like really saying that if I didn't have these things in our collections, like we didn't have it right now, we'll be okay. And it's not really missed that much. And it actually could have been, we could have just waited. So in that, you know, in a very like mindful shopping hit, they are bad purchases, because we shouldn't. Mindful shoppers do not buy things like that.
Yeah, Eileen, I wonder if you missed my disclaimer. Or maybe we just have to repeat it a few times. Yeah, exactly. Nothing is bad. Nothing that we chose is bad. And we had the hardest time coming up with this list. We just had to talk about it, okay? We just love talking about stuff. And yes, MK, none of these purchases are bad. They are timeless. I will wear them. Yeah, we know. Hopefully sooner rather than later.
Calling them worst purchases in a setting of like this money doesn't have to be spent now.
Yes.
Really, I just should have known better. But them, like on its own, dang, it's a good item.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys remember one of the videos that we did earlier this year, and I can't even remember if it was just my video or if it was a live show. But what was mentioned was that we want to buy things that we are going to use now, like
Straight away. Yep.
right away. If it's just going to sit in the corner, even if it's a great purchase, then it can wait. Why not purchase it later when you actually need it? So in a way, we were kind of naughty, and like these things could have waited. Some of these things could have waited due to this whole big circumstance. But yeah, hope you guys understand.
I think that's a really good point.
Yeah,
that's a really good point. Like we made that point about saying take it out, and for me especially, like, I don't want to collect things. This is one of my things that I don't want. Trying to do this year, I don't want to collect stuff. So when I got my shoe, I usually would buy the shoe and then I was like, oh, I don't want to use it yet because I want to keep it all nice and clean. Then it'll take me a while to actually pop it out. But the first thing I did was when I got the shoes, I dug them out from the boxes. I shoved the boxes. Oh, there's one there. And I just straight away wore my shoes the next day. And I felt so good. Okay, I felt like, yes, I'm breaking this awful habit of keeping stuff. And boom, there's one brand new pair right there.
Yeah. So I think there's a bit of guilt associated with these purchases. But it's not bad at all. Like we said, it's not bad, but we could have done better. Thank you again for the super sticker. Now I see your name. Thank you so much. Okay, MK. Helmut Lang used to be one of my favorite brands in the 90s. Very well-cut, minimalist. Hermes and Old Celine are heavily inspired by him. Still match pieces from that era. Yeah, which are now ready to wear. You and your fashionable self, MK. Again, thank you, Chris Tan, for the super sticker. We finally see who the names are. Okay, Nadine, do you know if SA gets commission on BKC, and do they only offer one customer per month per SA? Oh, is there another part of that question? I don't see it right now. I actually don't know. Do you know?
I've heard rumors that they don't get any commission from BK and C because they are just items that sell easily. They sell themselves. So wait, let me think. I know even LV. I remember my SA telling me many years ago, he said that there are some items that the commission is so low that the SA doesn't really want to sell it as well because it's like not a lot. I think it's leather, maybe canvas goods, or I can't remember now. But it's so low, so maybe they still get. I mean, it doesn't make sense that they sell it, they do all the effort, and they don't get anything. Maybe they get really, it's negligible commission, and they get other things as well. So I don't think they don't get. My personal opinion is I don't think they don't get, but it could be really negligible, 0.01%.
Yeah, I never know this stuff because whatever I know when it comes to things like this, it's either people tell me or and I never ask because I don't know. How do you ask an SA? Oh, do you get commission on that? I'll make sure that you get it. Maybe that's how I should say it. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I never asked as well until during the lives or maybe one of the videos say, oh, they get commission. And then from there, I just use it as a talking point with my SS. Hey, how's your commission? I managed to dig out some, and their commission scheme is very, very well thought of to change the behavior of the salesperson based on how the company wants to drive certain items in their business to sell. So they have a lot of cross-selling commission. They have, certain things. And he was sharing like some of it is very complex. But as a salesperson, you kind of like understand it and you're like, okay, I'm going to sell this or that. You kind of know because it's your money, right? It's really interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Yellow Sparks Joy. Hi, ladies. LVMH owns Michael Kors, but not Coach.
Yes,
Tapestry
I'm
owns.
Michael Kors.
Good info. Thank you. From Chris, will you consider purchasing vegan leather bags instead of leather bags to support substantiality? Then we just kind of touched on that last week as well. I don't mind vegan leather. I don't go out of my way to buy them. I don't have anything against them. I think for me, in the end, it boils down to the actual item, whether I like it, like whether I like the design, the color, whatnot. The thing is about this whole sustainability and whatnot, it's such a huge debate. And I don't know if I ever want to really talk about that on my channel, just because whatever you say on whichever side you are, but especially on the side of if you're saying that, you know, vegan leather is not really that sustainable, if you really do your research and, you know, really look at the nitty-gritty and stuff like that, you're gonna get a lot of hate about that, and I just don't need that kind of controversy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard. I think this topic of sustainability is a very difficult topic to talk about, especially in the luxury community, that luxury is not a necessity and therefore creating a lot of excess waste. So cannot win, no. So actually a luxury community cannot win one because you're not even necessary.
And you know what's hard? Because I think, I speak for myself, but I feel like Kat would be on the same boat, is that we are both such normal people. We are. Like, we don't live in a mansion. We don't have millions of dollars to spend. Like, we're just really, really normal folks, just like you and me. And we just happen to love luxury, and we just happen to love talking about it too, hence the channel. But otherwise, we are just really regular people. And at the end of the day, I'm not even that opinionated about things sometimes. I see what I like, I buy it, and I share it. That's it. It's as simple as that. It's not that deep.
Yeah,
okay.
That's the right word. It's not that deep. So if the damn bag is vegan leather, be it. And if it is leather, cow leather, pig leather, be it, okay? But, you know, and if I can afford exotic, sure. But if I were to like dig deep and say that, oh my gosh, you know, the factory, which, you know, I guess you could blame the consumer, like blame me, the consumer, for not supporting the cause of the world. But then I'm that shallow. I'm sorry. I'm too busy. I'm not too busy. I fight different battles. So, you know, maybe I don't turn on the water. You know, I'll do little things. But, you know, I can't be absolutely like, okay, I'm going to now buy vegan leather as well to support sustainable. I'm like, oh my God. So many things to do to be a right human being. I can't.
Yeah, exactly. Basically, a conclusion is don't mind it. Don't like love it, but don't mind it. Just like, you know, leather is leather. It's like, it's fine. Whatever it is. Like I said, I see it, I like it, I buy it.
Correct. The only comparison I'll add to this is if I were to see, and maybe I'm shallow in that sense to think that leather is better than vegan leather. So maybe I need to be educated, need to be woke. Is that if I see a vegan leather bag costing, say, $2,000, and then I see another leather bag that is $2,000, I will most likely choose the leather because I just feel this is not real stuff. So I'm admitting that I may not be educated to say that actually, you know, the value is, I shouldn't look at that kind of value. But yeah, I'm not there yet. I have to admit that I'm not there yet. So in that sense, like in pricing definitely makes a pricing is something that I consider when I look at vegan leather and leather. I don't know what I call leather, animal leather.
Genuine leather.
Non-vegan, I don't know what's the right word.
No, but I 100% agree. I would have done the same. This is how our moms have taught us. Oh, this is real leather made in Italy. This is quality. This is what
In the generation
versus this plastic or whatever. Why pay so much money for?
Why pay so much money? Yeah, and my Chinese blood, okay, don't come after me. Says that why you pay so much for this not real thing? Yeah. No, cannot. I don't know. So this needs years of undoing.
Yeah. The only exception I would say if that sort of situation came about is if it was a great friend whose design was the vegan leather bag and I'm supporting her. So that's different. That's more emotional reason. But aside from that, if you're just putting two bags in front of me and one's vegan and I like both, I would choose the leather one. That's it. Okay, gonna stop the discussion here. Okay. Shall we do the, you know what?
Oh yeah, okay. Last intermission, I guess. Last one.
Yeah, let's do an intermission. So like we said, if you joined us late, today is our 2-part 1-year anniversary of the Luxury Live show. We're doing giveaways. So by scanning this QR code, you can enter. And you just need to enter once because, yeah, any duplicate will be discarded anyway. You just need to enter once. Tell us which one of the shows were your favorite, why, and maybe how long you've been watching. So yeah, and if you can't do the QR code, you can always enter via the link. And this is open until sometime around Thursday. We'll choose a winner.
I think I'm gonna ask the audience, ask the Luxies. Tell us. We're gonna ask Chris's question. Would you, don't put us on the spot, right? We're gonna put you on the spot. Would you purchase vegan leather or leather bags to support sustainability?
This question right here.
Back to you guys, because we're like, should we answer this? Your turn.
Actually, it would be kind of fun if, let's say, if Hermes made the Birkin in vegan now.
And at this current prices, you can see my Chinese person coming out now, you
this price, or would it be cheaper? I think usually it would be cheaper, but it's still going to be substantial because it's Hermes.
Yeah, it's going to be substantial. True. Say if they come up with a vegan Kelly bag, thing, and they charged it at half maybe 2/3 of the price.
Yeah,
Hermes, right?
I could totally see them do that too. Not just them, but any company who wants to have this whole direction because they know that the market is wanting that somehow. A part of the market will want to be in that direction. Would you buy it? I'm honestly wondering if I would. I don't know. Okay. Amy, do you recommend the trendy CC? I'm debating getting it in black. I just got the black classic flap in March. Caviar, do you think they are too similar? Ooh, congrats. I don't think they're similar. Classic flap, you don't have that top handle. The trendy, you do. Yeah, the trendy, the vibe is so different from the classic flap. I feel like when you have a big handle like that, it's so useful for colder weather. What I'm loving about the trendy is that I realize I love wearing it with my big coats in the winter. And when it comes to big coats, I realize that a lot of my mini bags, they're harder to wear because either you just wear it crossbody, but then every time you have to go through that big coat and then your shoulder and your arm. Whereas when you have a handle, you just put it through your arm. That's it. It's actually making me think I need a Kelly. I know I need it anyway. One thing at a time. But It's so true though. Like I feel like they're not the same. So you have to ask yourself whether you're going to be okay with the lambskin, because that's probably the main difference from your caviar classic. Yeah. What do you think, Kat?
I definitely think they're very different. Trendy. I had the trendy before. They're two different bags, right? They're just to give the different vibe, different look. One is I guess the similarity between the two in a way is maybe they're very ladylike, because the classic flap is quite ladylike. I'm assuming it's the small or the medium large, not the jumbo. That's not ladylike. That's like boom bag. But they're quite ladylike, and maybe that's why you're seeing that it's similar. And also the black would make it more elegant looking. But in terms of the usage of them, they're so different. The top handle for the trendy CC, it just looks more modern, more modern, and it could definitely be quite business useful, because it looks like a little briefcase, and yet it can be very casual, like you're going out for lunch, and it's just like something that you're carrying very handy in your hand. Whereas with the classic flap, it may not be so business setting appropriate. Like if I bring it to my office, just I maybe in my head I just don't see it as much. Feel like it has a different space, like going for dinners, it suits. So the usage
actually you bring up a good point. It's so true. The classic flap gives me evening vibes, and I feel like, yes, you can use it as a day bag, obviously, especially if you have a jumbo or medium large, those sizes. But I feel like the style itself, especially because the medium large is the original style, original size, the style itself, I feel like it's really meant as an evening bag. Of course, nowadays you can style yourself, dress yourself whatever way you like, but at the end of the day, there is a style difference, right? There is. And with the trendy, it's true, it looks a bit more briefcase-like, but it doesn't mean that it fits as much as a briefcase. It actually doesn't. And depending on which size trendy you're looking at, you'd be surprised. Like the bag looks huge, but it actually doesn't. It doesn't fit like the amount that it looks like it would. I still love it, but I'm just saying, like, you'd be surprised at the size inside because of the compartments and just the design itself. So you really have to try it out and try to put your things in one at the store. Yeah. Okay, MK. It will be my pleasure to take you girls around. I can ask my essay to see what procedures to get your bags faster. You know what, MK? We appreciate that, but honestly, I would just be as happy just having coffee and just a chat.
Yeah.
You honestly don't have to do that for us. But it would be nice, but I don't ever want to put my friends, even though we've never met, but I never want to put any of my friends in a position where it's awkward with their essays, with whoever they need to deal with, just to help out another person. But thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Who knows, by the time we go there, we're like, no, MK, don't, because we got no money.
I know. Broke. Okay. For Canadians buying luxury out of country, have you claimed items coming back and got taxed? How much is the tax? I heard it's random. That always makes me nervous. Okay. I have experience with that. I can answer that. So yes, you always have to declare your purchases, no matter the amount and no matter what it is. You just have to fill out that form, and especially if it's a valued item, you want to declare it, because if you get caught, that is 100 times worse. Yes, you have to pay taxes. It's not random, actually. For what I can't remember what I read on Purse Forum, but they said something about EU agreement, something, and we're only supposed to only get charged taxes on the items and not duties. Some things still have to get charged duties, and I don't know what those categories, but I think for bags, it's usually taxes. So we're talking about your sales tax in your province, so it's really not that bad. And like, yeah, you really should do it just so that if you ever get caught, you just don't want to deal with being blacklisted and having your credentials. Like I have Nexus, so I don't want to have my Nexus removed and blacklisted forever. What else? And yeah, you have an $800 tax-free portion as long as you've spent, I think 4 nights overnight? Is it 4 or 7? I forget now. I forget now. Anyway, just visit the Canadian Borders website. It's all out there. Don't be nervous. Just declare it. You'd be surprised at sometimes they just let you go. Like one time I came back from Vegas and I bought a Coach bag and I bought, actually it was for my bachelorette, and I bought a dress that was pretty expensive. And I was over by 1,000, I think, or close to. And the agent just asked me, oh, what did you do there? What did you buy? And I said, oh, I just bought I bought a dress for my, what did I say? It's for my wedding, basically, right? So he's like, okay, you can go. Like, that's it. They didn't charge me. So it depends on who it is, too. Amy, get the yellow Bottega. Oh my gosh, I wish I could wear yellow as good as Kat does. Can I wear yellow? I don't know. Can I wear yellow?
Actually, I don't look good good in the yellow that I saw with Bottega. It actually washed me out a little bit. I think the yellow needs to have a bit. It needs to be a very bright yellow, like bright. But the yellow that I saw in Bottega, the one that they had is a buttercup. And because the word butter there makes it more milky. So the milkiness is beautiful. Again, let me tell you, I just took out like, oh my God, it's a nice color. But against my skin, it didn't look that good.
I think because yellows, for us, because even within all the Asians, even me and Kat, we have so different skin tones. With the yellows and the beiges, depending on what the tone is and how dark it is and whatnot, it really can just either work or not work. That's why it's so tricky.
Yeah.
Okay. Harmony. I shop at the H store in Sydney, and my SA told me that she only gets commission from fine jewelry and watches. Oh, interesting. No wonder they say that whenever you buy jewelry, fine jewelry and watches, that it really helps with your profile. I wonder if that's a reason.
Yeah, I saw another comment like that. I'm also scrolling down because I see a lot of comments about the vegan leather. Everybody's like, nah, leather only, no, forget it. I'm like, okay, I don't feel so bad anymore for like, no way, because we're public, okay, our faces are saying it, but it's good to see everybody's like, forget it, leather only.
I feel like I don't want to say everybody or the majority because I don't even know, but I feel like a lot of people feel the same way we do, right? And it's fine. And it's okay too if you're on the other side where you feel so strongly about sustainability. Great. You do you. Obviously, I'm not going to go and like waste everything and, do everything bad for the environment either. Like I try my best to do what's good too. Trust me, I do a lot of things that a lot of people don't do. And it drives me crazy to see people waste food or use so much plastic. And I even reuse my cups for several days in a row. I reuse, sometimes I eat something on a plate. If it's not super dirty and the utensil, I reuse it for dinner. Like I'm like that too. Like anyway.
Yeah, vegan leather. I don't know. I think I know actually, but one thing about the vegan leather is that it is very much better now. Because in my head, when I was a kid, when I used fake leather, it's called PVC, by the way, not vegan leather. It's PVC, okay, PVC leather. Okay, it's not so modern and attractive. God, they peel. You get wet. Yeah, it starts to rip apart, and it's just so bad. But today's quality, I feel it's better, and it really feels like, feels like leather. Yeah, but the prices, yeah, I think everybody is in this kind of mindset. If it was very affordable, why not? Like, oh, Hermes selling a Birkin vegan leather for $1,000. I get it. But the prices are not cheap as well now. So
Yes, so true. I'm reading the comments as you're saying too. But just for the love of bags, confirmed or says that the essays do not get commissions on the B and K. Not sure about Constance. I think it makes total sense though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of, rather just no vegan quality, rather just buy leather. Oh, if not leather, I would buy canvas. Yeah.
Actually, that's a good point. Yeah, buy canvas.
Yeah. We all buy LV. LV makes great canvas.
Like, nope, leather, nope, forget it. I'm not paying $100 for vegan leather.
Vegan leather and fake furs are not sustainable. They are known for being highly polluting. See, that's the thing. I'm not going to say what's true and what's not because this is not a debate here, but just do your own research and don't believe everything you see either. But anyway, like I said, I'm not gonna dive into too much further into that. Feel like we always get in trouble when it's like super controversial. No
Yeah, we had a
vegans.
nice life.
Real leather only. They were edible before they became handbags. True.
What? Dude, no. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Let's see. I think Vaseline is saying that she's answering the question about the trendy CC. Get both. She has the classic flap and the trendy CC and small chevron. Yeah. I feel like eventually you're gonna, end up with both. If you truly love the style, you're probably gonna end up with both. My favorites with Maggie. In the US, there's higher crime rate and women with luxe bags have been targeted. I didn't go to Chanel store to see what's available to buy before the price increase since I was scared. Oh my goodness. I think it's not just recently though, right? Is it not also, with all the looting and stuff like that from the past year? Is it because of that? It's so unfortunate. People are doing crazy things, more and more crazy things nowadays. And it's so sad. Like every time I see the news, I never used to watch the news. And I don't even know why I started watching. Actually, it's because I wanted to follow the pandemic and just be aware of the situation where I live and but also where my parents live. And that's why I follow the news now. But it's depressing. And just the amount of bad things that is happening and crazy things that you never think people could do. It's just mind-blowing. Okay, pretty sure that Hermes is releasing a mushroom leather soon.
Mushroom leather? Okay.
That's edible too?
Mushroom leather. So they're using... is it really mushrooms? Because I'm imagining mushrooms, right now, like my head, like mushrooms into leather. Interesting.
Maybe we can try to read on it. But how like cotton is just a plant and linen is also a plant. And how wool is just from the shedding from, not shedding, but like from the fur from cotton.
Wool,
so I guess you could do something with mushrooms.
Cotton. I think I feel I just don't. Why are you calling it leather? Like, I just feel leather is the word that is for leather, genuine leather. Like leather is it's the skin, okay, and that's leather. But because you're trying to confuse the market, you're trying to create this connection. That's why you have vegan leather, but actually it's freaking poly, van, don't know what, C, VPVC. Basically, it's plastic, okay? But because
that's probably why they call it leather, because they don't want you to call it poly, blah, 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 blah.
It's PVC, okay? The way we used to say it in the 1990s, PVC is PVC material, okay? And cotton is cotton, right? Cotton is cotton. Wool is wool. It's not wool leather. So mushroom, call it mushroom, okay? Mushroom material.
I wonder if it's because of the texture, because it looks, you know.
Maybe, I don't know. Just, yeah, I just feel like
it can be misleading though, especially
misleading.
with people like my mom. She would see the word leather and she thinks that it's leather, but it's not really leather.
Yeah. Okay. No, it's not. Okay, it's PVC.
Yeah, it's interesting to see what bags they're going to come up with that mushroom leather, or SLGs for that matter. Okay. I love lambskin, calfskin. Look for Chanel. How do you take care of your Chanel 19 and calfskin bags? Ooh. Well, I don't have a smooth calfskin bag. Oh, no, I actually do. I have the reissue, and that's like an embossed calfskin. But, okay, talking about the Chanel 19, so easy. It's like one of the best hard-wearing lambskin or goatskin. Lambskin just looks more, apparently lambskin looks more matte. Goatskin looks more shiny, but the goatskin has more of a kind of like a wave to it. It almost like if you bend it or crease it, it just stays there. Whereas the lambskin, it puffs back up, which is, I don't know. I just love mine. Mine is in lambskin. Yeah, mine just looks healthy. I don't know. It just looks great. I love it. And it's softer too.
Healthy.
It is.
All the vegan leather talking about alive and all that. Suddenly your leather is healthy.
Yeah. It does look healthy. But yeah, it's super easy. The 19 is so easy. Just check it out yourself. You're gonna see for yourself that the lambskin or the goatskin on the 19 is so easy to take care of. And as in any bags, just in general, I feel like wear it with care and, don't abuse them, because wear and tear always happens. It just depends on how you use it and how often you use it. It just always, there's no real way to avoid it. We always say that, okay, caviar is super durable. Canvas is super durable. Yes, they are. But if you abuse it, it's still going to have wear and tear, right? So,
yeah. And maybe one of the things that if you have, what I usually do is I wipe my bags. When I remember, okay, again, because pandemic now, very lazy. But usually when I come back, before I keep or store my bag, I would always wipe it, right? Whether it's a Chanel or a LV or what, because the moisture and oils, I think that's one way to care for your bags, even if it's a calfskin or lambskin.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just how you use it, really. There's really no real way. But of course, with caviar and with your monogram canvas, they are slightly more abusable. Slightly. Let's see. We are approaching our 2-hour mark.
We have a few more.
Okay, I think this is one of our last questions. Have you ladies seen the Gucci or Dior version of the Chanel Dad sandals?
Yes, I have.
The Dior I have. The Gucci, have you seen it?
Oh, no, not Gucci. Sorry, I saw Dior. Yes, Dior I have. Saw a few people buy it already, and actually it looks good. Simple.
Yeah. I think the last person that I saw buy it was, who was it again? Oh, I think it was LV Lover CC. Karis. She bought it. Was it she? There's someone else who bought it too. I can't remember who I saw recently who bought it. Could have been one.
I think I saw somebody who recently, was it Karis who bought it?
I think it was
a
Karis,
full black pair Dior.
I think it was her, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was.
But many people also bought it, so.
Yeah. Nice.
I actually really like them. I feel like dad sandals, whether it's a branded one like Chanel, Chanel, Dior, they just look very modern for now. For now anyway, because they are trendy and I wear them. Like I have 4 pair from Echo. I can't walk in anything else except those sandals. Like I would wear my other shoes sometimes when I'm, you know, just going out on a, you know, meeting friends or whatnot. But if I'm on an errand or shopping day, I wear my most comfortable shoes possible, which we cannot beat a good pair of Echo of Echo dad sandals. Yeah, it is Karis. So yeah.
Yeah, it's Karis. Yeah, I just wonder whether it's what's the word, like it's flexible, because I think both of us, right, we have like problems with your joints and my knee and my hip and all that. So the Dior ones look quite stiff. They just look like quite solid. So I think you need to try. I mean, I think try to see whether you can actually move your feet. But in terms of look, I actually like it. I like it being quite plain.
So apparently the Gucci ones look pretty good. You know what? I'm just going to look it up quickly.
Yeah. Let's take a look.
I might have seen it on someone's vlog. It could have been Sabina's vlog. I can't remember whose vlog was it. That shoes. Let's see.
Oh, okay. Let me see if I can get a picture. Oh, they look plastic though.
Oh, yeah. It says rubber.
This one?
I'm looking at the one from My Teresa. Wow, it looks very... Are we talking about the same thing? It looks very stiff. Like the top part looks very stiff. Are these vegan leather? Made in Italy from rubber. Okay. It doesn't say anything about... It just says upper is rubber. Okay, it's rubber. Unless they have other ones that are leather. Let me see.
They have these like this, like a pink color. These are not the...
These are the rubber ones, right?
Yeah. This reminds me of those jelly shoes. Those jelly... Yeah. They should be comfortable, I think.
Wait, I think this is a leather one.
Looks nice.
Oh, okay. So it's similar to the look of the whatchamacallit, of the rubber one, but it's just leather. It does look a lot more comfortable. It says it's goat skin. Do you see it?
Yep.
Yeah,
it's okay. Nice.
I
think luxury houses having these dad sandals will definitely sell because people can use them often compared to like heels and more fancier shoes.
And it's also the trend too. The trend really does help, and the fact that they are more walkable shoes, because we all love the idea of buying heels and buying really extravagant shoes, but how often can you wear them? And even if you have the most healthy feet and if you're young, it's still not comfortable. I mean, your feet are suffering. It's just that you don't feel it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, but I think this concludes our 2-hour session. Wow, already. And I tried to really stick to the schedule. Didn't want to go too over. But for one last time, let's give you this QR code. And if you're just joining us, yes, we're nearing the end of the show, but we are also doing giveaways for our 1-year anniversary of the Luxury Live Show. Part 2 today. Last week we had 2 giveaways. We had announced the winner at the beginning of the show. If you're just joining us now, you can rewatch it when the live is finished. You can just go back and watch from the beginning. But yeah, do enter the giveaway. We have 2 prizes, one from Samorga, one from Maevery. And you just need to, enter your contact info as well as tell us which was your favorite luxury live show and why.
We have, let me see how many entries. I'll just take a look.
Okay.
We have almost 100 entries. So awesome. So anyway, it's going to be open, right? The whole week.
Yeah. So after this live, this giveaway is still going to be open for the week until, well, before the next live show, we'll be drawing the winners. We'll be announcing on Kat's channel the winners, similar to how we did it today. And yeah, hope you guys enter. And if this is your first show, well, just make sure you subscribe to both our channels and maybe watch a couple of our old shows. Let us know which one you like. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Is there anything else we should add? No?
No.
I
Can't think of
that's it,
anything.
right?
But next week we're gonna talk about FOMO. So it'll be a fun one. I think it'll be a fun live next week.
Yeah, it'll be a really, really fun topic. And just let's all just talk about these price increases. Oh my goodness. But yeah, anyway, thank you all so much for joining us. And make sure to be subscribed to both Kat and I so you don't miss any episodes. And yeah, thank you all so much. And let's give it another year of Luxury Live Show.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just get out of this. Oh, I should have removed the comment first. Did it work?
Yeah, it worked. I think everybody's like getting
Okay,
it.
perfect. Anyway, there's a link in the description box anyway. So we'll say bye here and we'll talk to you guys next week. Bye.